What is going on, guys? Welcome to the SB Fantasy Football Podcast, where, gosh darn it, we try hard. As always, I'm Alan.
I'm RD. What up?
You know what, brother? I'm just living the dream. How you doing?
I'm fine. It's been an
Everything's
interesting
fine.
week.
Everything's fine.
Obviously, with a lot of crazy comments and things like that going around. You've done a lot of shorts, a lot of
Dude,
we've had our AI generated clips, but then we've also put out a bunch of other things where I told you comedy works, clips work, all that kind of stuff. And you've been posting a lot of It's Always Sunny, and I'm a one of
and I,
huge fans.
I think you should leave.
Yeah,
Uh,
usually.
just here's the thing.
Even a
I have
Office one when,
the
Michael
off-
Scott came back.
dude, the Keenan Allen one today is blown up too. And that was just kind of like, okay, this one's a little funny, right? I have a few other ideas for Keenan Allen coming back
Yeah.
that are pretty good. I've got one in my head for the Browns QB room, which I think is going to be pretty good.
Okay.
My brain, once I started doing these, my brain hasn't stopped. It just hasn't stopped. And here's the thing, it's just having fun, right? It's having fun. That's all I'm trying to do is have some fun. Have I made a couple people upset along the way? Absolutely.
Yeah, a
Am I
couple.
okay with that? Yes.
Yeah.
Duncan's in the house. What's going on, Duncan? How you doing, brother?
Well, if you're wondering what
Uh,
we're talking about, shorts, we're on TikTok, obviously, SB Fantasy Football. We're on YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram. So roll over there, drop us a follow. On YouTube, you can subscribe for free, support the show, whatnot, and you can see all our goofy content along the way. So
Okay.
today we're talking some wide receivers as part 2, 21 through 40, or 40 through 21, I guess, however we're going to do it.
We'll just start at the bottom and work our way up, right?
Yeah, like
We released our 41 through 60 earlier today. So if you haven't watched that yet, you can go and check that out. It's there. Hang out for the live if you're here in the live. We'd appreciate it. We're just gonna jump into it, right? Let's jump into it. Number 40. Who do I got? Number 40, Mr. Cooper Cup. Cooper Cup.
Okay.
Cooper Cup action. New team. Who dis? New team. New QB. We'll see. I got some hopes. Sam Darnold's not awful. You don't have DK there taking up a lot of the stuff. So I will pop in. Got to go. We'll watch tomorrow. Thank you, Duncan, for popping in, brother. We appreciate you. But yeah, Cooper Cup at 40. I like him. He's
You
okay.
did say you had him higher than what I had him. I had
Yeah.
him over there at, I believe, 47. So, yeah,
Okay.
for me, 40, I said Deebo Samuel. I was like, screw
Okay.
it. Washington, I know you have him higher.
I do. And
You know,
once I get to him and Terry, we could talk a little bit more because
yeah.
what's going to happen with that situation. We'll get into that a little bit more, kind of our thoughts around that and things.
Mhm.
But yeah, Cooper Cup at 40, and you said you got Debo. What do you like about Debo? What don't you like?
I don't like that it's always like some issue. Like, he's over there. I like he's big body. It's a Swiss knife,
Right.
a
Swiss
Swiss
Army
pocket knife or what, Swiss Army knife or whatever. But
Yeah.
it's like every time he goes somewhere, like someone automatically is like, "Hey, I need a trade. I need a big contract extension. Or I need a trade." And
Well,
you know, I don't know.
the Terry McLaurin situation has nothing to do with Debo Samuel. So stop doing. Don't do that to him.
Don't do
Okay.
that. All right.
Don't do
Well,
that.
I have him a lot lower than I do Terry McLaurin because I do. We're
Well,
big fans of Scary Terry.
I do love
And
Scary.
and I like that. I like the team that he's on. I like the team that Debo's on. I think they're going to do fine. I do have Debo just a little bit lower, but I'm sure you don't have him too much higher. I'm just saying I got him that much lower. So, 39, Khalil Shakir, Buffalo Bills. I have this guy in dynasty leagues and things like that. I think he's a producer, but he's just kind of one of those guys where, yeah, he's probably like my second or third receiver somewhere in that group. Sometimes a little bit further down, or I don't play him. So
Okay. I'll get to him later.
not an auto start for me at this point.
I've got Josh Downs at 39.
Okay.
I like that quarterback situation. I talked about it during the last show.
Mhm.
I actually do believe that Daniel Jones will end up being the starting quarterback there in Indy. I don't believe in Anthony Richardson. If Anthony Richardson's the starting quarterback, Josh Downs moves down on my rankings. I'm doing this based on what I believe Daniel Jones. And I think Daniel Jones isn't an awful quarterback. I think he's been in a bad situation there with the Giants especially last year, right? But I mean, you take a look at what he did the year before when he had a capable running game with Saquon. He had a pretty good year. He's got a capable running game there in Indy with Jonathan Taylor. So I expect him to actually have a pretty decent year. He's not going to light the world on fire or anything like that, but
Mhm.
he's better than Anthony Richardson, and he's better than whatever the else they were rolling out there last year. What was it, like Joe Flacco, Gardner Minshew, or I
I'm
don't know.
I'm fine with Flacco, obviously.
I mean,
But
Flacco's
yeah, I
just
mean, if I that's why I have Downs a little bit lower. I don't, and trust me, I like Anthony Richardson. I like him fine and dandy, but he just seemed like it got hurt. I was on board with him when I was like when he got drafted. I was like, here we go. This guy's just gonna throw it through the freaking roof. But he's had some issues. It's been a rocky start for his career so far. But yeah, that's why I have Downs a little bit further. Who do you got for 38?
38. I got Jacoby Myers.
Hey, my
Oh,
man, how we doing, huh?
I he was all right last year. He didn't light the world on fire or anything like that. Um, I think you're in a better situation with Geno Smith there. Pete Carroll's the coach. But here's the thing: they're going to run the ball. They just spent the pick on Genty. I think they're really going to run the ball with him a lot. They are going to pass it, but when they pass it, Jacoby, he's not the number one option out there. Brock Bowers is the number one option.
Yeah, I think this is more of his floor, to be honest with you. But
I
I
could
can
definitely
see
see him being higher
Yeah,
for sure.
exactly. I think that with the upgraded quarterback, he did great last year, but yeah, it's just one of those things. Yeah, he's not the number one target, and then they're going to run the ball. So that's kind of where I'm at with you, or I'm at along with you on this one. So 37, I got Rome Odunze, the Bears. Um, you know, Caleb's got to have a better year this year, and Rome looked better towards. He started off pretty good, and then it just went flat for I don't know 6, 7 games or whatever, and then spurts here and there. But I think he's just too talented. Got to get him the ball, and when your offensive coordinator roll out there, and so I think he's going to be a little bit more active.
Yeah, I mean, I had Rome lower. I actually had him last show. I actually had him at number 41. He just missed being in my top 40.
Yeah.
There's a lot of football to go around there,
Mhm.
right? A lot of targets. I don't necessarily 100% believe that they're just going to light the world on fire this year. A lot of people think that everything's changed now that you've got Ben Johnson there, but if Ben Johnson is pretty good at being an offensive coordinator, but how is he at being a head coach? It's a different thing, right? He's still supposed to be calling plays out there, but we'll see how long that lasts as well too, right? He goes into it with all the best intentions, and he also, like, everyone's like, oh man, just look at what he did with Detroit. Okay, you don't have the same talent in Chicago that you do in Detroit. Some people are like, oh, just can't wait to see what DeAndre Swift is going to do in Ben Johnson offense. Spoiler alert, we've already seen it. We've seen it to the tune that they were like, okay, we're going to go ahead and sign David Montgomery and draft Jahmyr Gibbs. So I'm not excited about DeAndre Swift this year with the Bears, like a lot of people are, because it's a rerun. I've seen this episode before. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, 37. I got, and I think I I was conflicted putting this guy this low. This might hurt your heart because I know this is one of your guys, Chris Godwin.
Yeah.
I got Chris Godwin at 37. He's coming off of a big injury. Um, they drafted some other wide receivers out there. A speed guy coming off of it was an ACL, wasn't it? If
I
I'm
only
not
have I
mistaken.
I only have him on 35. Yeah, so he's not a
Okay,
whole lot higher because I'm worried about
still,
the injury and I'm worried about the
first year after an injury is always
he's
it's
a little bit
not as
old.
good unless your name is Adrian Peterson, right?
Adrian Peterson.
Adrian Peterson ran for over 2,000 yards a year after he tore his ACL, and he
Yeah.
was out like 2 months or something absurd like that. I don't know. But I like Chris Godwin, but I don't like coming off of the injury, and they drafted some young guys to kind of step in there because they're kind of unsure too. I feel right. A speed guy coming off of an ACL, we'll see. Sometimes these guys are faster when they come back, but also they aren't quite as old as Chris Godwin is either,
Yeah.
right? Not that
Yeah.
he's ancient, but he's not 23, 24, 25, right? So, but I like him. I think he could definitely finish higher. I'm just concerned about the fact that they've drafted some other wide receivers there and coming off of the injury.
Yeah, absolutely. What number was that? 30,
37.
37. I already see. Yeah, I got Rome. Did you wrap around to 36?
36, that's where I got Khalil Shakir.
Okay.
That's
All
where
right.
I got Shakir at. I just
Awesome for me. Yeah.
I like him,
Yeah.
but there doesn't seem to be like any big wide receivers that come out of Buffalo, right?
Yeah,
I
he could be
mean,
the guy.
he could
Someone
be.
needs to be the guy. Let's be honest. Someone needs to be the guy.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and he can be.
Mm-hmm.
He's a
I don't.
guy.
Yeah.
He's a
I'm
guy.
with
Now here's a guy. But yeah, who do you got at 36?
36. This is I'm still waiting to see how this suspension's gonna go. 3 games for substance abuse, Jordan Addison, Minnesota Vikings. I just don't, and we know he's great, right? We know he can play, we know he can ball, because whenever Justin Jefferson goes down, this guy blows up. He actually blows up on weeks where they might want to double Jefferson. And all of a sudden, man, he is just on fire. I've got him here. I don't know what's gonna happen. He might have, I don't know if he's appealed yet or not. Maybe we just get it knocked down to a game.
Yeah, he's not going to appeal.
You know, if it's 3 games, I think he's fine where he's at, right at 36. Just because it's like, you're missing quite a bit of the fantasy season, right? We're not thinking the whole 17 game or 18-week
No,
season. We're
it's
thinking
three.
fantasy. So it's a real abbreviated year. But anyways, yeah, I got him there. Who do you got? And then I have, wait, who do you got 36?
I said Shakir.
Shakir. All right. I got Chris Godwin, I mentioned earlier, and that's who I got at 35.
Okay.
He's coming off that injury and whatnot. We already talked about him. It just this is where I like him here. I don't know how far I would actually reach for him this year. It's one of those where I'm like, I might probably go another route, unless he just starts falling like a rock. But I'm sure someone else. Yeah, someone else. Pick him up.
35, 34, I'm going to talk about in the same breath because they both play for the same team. Same team. Brandon Ayuk at 35, Ricky Purcell at 34. And I actually feel like Purcell could actually finish a lot higher. I do have some concerns around this 49ers team.
Mhm.
And that's kind of why I got those two guys a little bit lower.
Yeah, you got him like 10 spots lower than mine. And I had them together just like you did.
Ayuk, I'm just concerned about. He pushed for a big contract last year, gets his contract finally, then shows up to practice wearing shorts when he's not supposed to be wearing shorts. Just causing all types of problems. Then he goes through all these injury issues last year. I don't know where his head's at. Like, honestly, like, let's just see. Now Ricky's looked good. I like Ricky. Ricky looked great in college.
Yeah.
He's coming off of, being healthy versus being shot last year or stabbed or whatever he was, right?
He got shot. Yeah.
Yeah. So he hasn't been shot or stabbed going into camp, which is great. That works out awesome.
Yeah.
I think this is more of like a floor for him. I'm more excited about the upside of Ricky Purcell than I am Brandon Ayuk.
Yes.
Ayuk, I think there's a lot of unknown around him. Ricky, there is some, because you also got Juwan Jennings there as well, too, right? And I've kind of got him. I had him at 49. So I've got 3 of these guys in my top 60. And honestly, one of those guys isn't going to finish there, right? I don't know really which one. I've just kind of got some unsure going into it, but going into draft season, I'm okay drafting now. I'm not going to draft all 3 of these guys, right? But I would be okay drafting any one of these 3 guys. Not going to take a huge chance on them early in the draft, middle to late rounds on them, and hope I got the guy that's going to, be good this year. So that's where I'm at 35, 34.
Yeah, nice. 34, I got George Pickens, Cowboys, which I think this is more of his floor. If he can get it together and Dak can come back healthy. Of course, they always say they're the healthiest they've ever been, stuff like that, which is an absolute just trash. Yeah, that actually is a massive red flag for me. But yeah, I got him there. I think he could be top 20, to be honest with you. He's got the talent if he gets the ball. And if CeeDee Lamb gets doubled a bunch, I mean, they're going to have, if everyone stays healthy, which he's already lost his blind side offensive line tackle or whatever.
Well, he should be back by the time the season starts.
You think so? Someone said he was like done. Okay. All right.
We talking about Guyton?
I think so. Didn't they say
Yeah.
he did he
Like
update
4
his
weeks.
report or
Like 4
whatever?
weeks. Like 4 weeks is what I heard. They were talking like, oh, before anything was out, before he even got checked out, they're like, oh, ACL, he's done.
Yeah,
No,
that's what I
he's got a broken bone in his knee.
heard.
Uh, and they're saying 4 weeks. He should be ready around the start of the season.
Okay, nice.
So not as bad as they initially thought.
And then we'll wrap around at 33. Calvin Ridley, Titans. So I
Okay.
think this is more of his floor as well. I just don't know what's going on in Tennessee. That's another mess. It's a headache. It's like you don't even want to think about these kind of things.
Cam Ward, you excited?
I don't know. I know. I don't know.
Oh man.
That's the thing. It's like, all right, well, these guys, these players that I know can perform, right? Calvin Ridley's really freaking good at football, right? Everybody knows that. But how's he going to get the ball? And it's like
Well, he
these
got the
guys
ball
start kind of
last year.
falling. Yeah, Cam Ward wasn't the quarterback last year, and
Right.
Mayonnaise McGee is out. You know,
Yeah.
he's
I
done.
like Cam Ward more than I do Will Levis.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And so I just start these guys start kind of slipping into a place where I'm like, yeah, I'm probably not draft. I'm hoping so. This is where you're like, I hope someone drafts him before I get to him. But yeah, that I mean, I got to put him somewhere with his talent. 33, that's where he is for me.
Okay. I've got both of those guys a little bit lower. I'm sorry, a little bit higher.
Yeah,
Lower in numbers, but higher.
gotcha.
Number 32, I got Jerry Judy.
Okay.
Jerry Judy. Um, I
Wait, did you
hope.
give me your 33?
Yeah, I did Debo. I did
Okay.
the. Oh no, I'm sorry. No, I didn't do Debo yet. 33 Debo. Sorry, I was still thinking Debo 49ers. I did the 49ers thing. I got Debo at 33.
Okay.
And this is a I don't know type situation. Um, I think he can have a really great year. Um, I actually think he benefits from having Scary Terry in the lineup because
Absolutely.
Debo's not a number one wide receiver. He's a gadget guy. He's a trick guy. He's a guy that you just find ways to get him the ball, right? But if you're just lining him up as straight as a number one wide receiver, that's not where he shines. That's
Mhm.
not where he's at his best. I want him moving all over that line. I want him in the backfield. Hey, maybe we line him up as a QB for a play or two. I don't know. Let's just see what happens. Let's throw him back there to receive a kick, to receive a punt. I don't know. Let's have some fun. Let's get loose. Let's get crazy. That's what I need Debo for, right? But you have to have that number one guy so that he can excel in his role and you don't have to force him into that number one receiver role. So he's better with Terry there. Um, so we'll see what happens with that whole situation. But I like him. I like him with Jane Daniels. I think they can do a lot of good things together. I'm excited about seeing it.
Mm, nice, nice.
So 33 for you.
Calvin Ridley, man. Wrap it
Okay,
around
all right.
32.
Okay, so Jerry Judy at 32. I'm unsure about that quarterback situation there in Cleveland.
Ugh.
Um, maybe Flacco. I I've heard Dylan Gabriel looks pretty good. They actually just had to go out and sign Rex Hundley because you've got a couple guys dealing with injuries and they just need someone to be able to play. So you got 5 quarterbacks, 6 if you count Watson, who's not going to be playing this year. I don't know what's going on there. I kind of like Flacco.
I got him like 2 spots or 3 spots ahead. But yeah, I was like, man, he's so damn good. And when
But he's just in a bad situation. Like,
Winston was there, it was crazy.
if he
Yeah.
was in a better situation, I would have him higher. I just
Yeah.
don't like the quarterback situation.
Yeah. It's rough.
And at 31, I got George Pickens.
Okay.
A little bit higher. I just don't know. I don't know about him. We'll see. Is he gonna cause problems there in Dallas? Is he not? He says he's all fine and dandy with being the number 2 guy to CeeDee Lamb, but we'll see what happens when they actually start playing games, right? We've heard this story before with guys. Is George Pickens that thing? I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see.
Will he take the I mean, it's not if C's getting doubled up and he has a couple massive plays, he's not
Yeah.
gonna care. I hope
They-
not. But
They're
uh
talking great right now,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
let's see what happens when you actually start playing games.
Yeah. 32, I got Travis Hunter, Jags. I don't know. This is kind of just where I left him. And then I've got Williams 31 to finish off the plus 30s on
Jameson?
there. Yeah, Jameson.
Okay.
So, but yeah, Travis Hunter for the Jags, Williams for the Lions. I know you probably have him in your top 10, but I don't care what you have. You're a
I
homer.
don't have him in my top 10.
You're a homer, and there's nothing that can be done about it. You put him
Okay,
in like your top
hey,
20
fun,
when he was suspended 6 games. So shut
hey,
up
hey,
for right now.
hey, hey,
When you get to
fun
him,
fact,
you can
fun
talk
fact.
about him.
Hey, no, I'm going to give you a fun fact.
Don't
Let me
need
give you
one.
a fun fact.
Don't
Here's
need
a
one.
fun fact. Here's a fun fact for you. I don't care if you want it or not. You're getting it.
Mm.
The only
Oh, I already
team,
muted you. Are you still
the
talking?
only team with 2 wide receivers with 1,000 yards receiving last year was the Detroit Lions. So
Cool.
suck on that.
What does that mean? Anything?
It means as far as the number 2 is concerned, he was like the number 1, number 2 guy on a team.
Oh, okay. Where do you finish?
So
Cool story, man. Anyway, so that's my top 30. You went a little bit past you went down to 31 already. So who's your 30?
30 is Chris Olave.
Olave? I got him just 2 spots ahead of you.
I had trouble putting him this high
I know.
because I don't know who's going to be quarterback.
Why is everything so up in the air with half the teams in the NFL?
Well, here's the issue with this is Derek Carr just all of a sudden decided, you know what, I'm done
Yeah, out of nowhere.
after the draft, right?
Yeah.
Had he done it before the draft, I think the Saints take a quarterback a little bit higher than what they did.
Probably.
But
Who they got over right now? Spencer Rattler's listed as number 1. Tyler Shaw is 2. Jake Hayner, and then Hunter Deckers.
Yeah, I ain't heard of Hunter Deckers.
So I think if this is what I'm looking at, as far as starting QBs and whatnot, like I have him a little bit higher. I'm just like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to put him there. He's the wide receiver 1 for this team. I don't know. I need to see something, but yeah, I've got him at 28, and you've got him at 30 or 31 or 30.
30.
30. Yeah, I mean, he might be one of those guys where it's like, yeah, he's got the potential, and I like him. But if we can't figure out who the hell's throwing the ball to him, he's going to slip a little bit, and he might actually end up on my undraftable list.
He's not undraftable. He's a number 1 guy in an offense, right? No number 1 wide receiver in any offense is undraftable.
Oof.
Don't woof me.
Oof. It's rough. Starting lineup, let's see, Spencer Rattler, excuse me, Alvin Kamara. Boy, he's getting old. I can't believe he's still in the league either. He's so great. We've loved him for so long. Chris Olave, Rashid Shaheed, Brandon Cooks, Juwan Johnson. So there you go. And Taysom Hill, obviously, he's in there somewhere. And Foster Moreau always has like one game a good season. It might be Taysom Hill under center. What do you think about that?
I'm okay with it.
You're in, right?
I got no problems.
There you go.
I embrace the chaos. Let's go. Number 29, I got Calvin Ridley. I got him a little bit higher than what you had him.
Yeah.
I like the guy. I think Cam Ward will be better than Will Levis.
Hope
so. You're getting an upgrade at QB. That's the way I see it. Yeah. Where are you at?
29, Jerry Jeudy. I had to.
Okay.
I can't. This is as low as I was willing to go. But yeah,
I go lower.
I mean,
you don't know.
He's so damn good. You know, even when like I said, I was talking about crab legs. He was balling out of control. You know what I mean? Like 4 touchdowns. I mean, it was crazy.
If crab legs is there, I got him higher.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. 28, I got Xavier Leggett. And I actually wanted to put him higher. Everything you're hearing is Bryce Young looks better this year, and he actually finished the year pretty good last year. Is he going to roll it over into this year? I don't know. And it was like just looking at the guys I had ahead of him, I feel better about their situations than I do Leggett's. I think this is a floor type situation for Leggett. I actually think he can finish it a decent amount higher. So,
yeah, nice. And what number are we on?
I was 20. That was my number 28.
28. Give me your 27. So I'm gonna wrap around 27 and 26.
Who was your 28? Jeudy?
Chris Olave.
You didn't say that yet. You didn't
Chris
say
Olave, the Saints. Yeah, I had him at 28. I had him a couple spots ahead of you, but not feeling great about it. But just him being, like you said, a number 1 receiver on a team. This is kind of where, I mean, at the very minimum, I think this is where he's going to be.
Yeah. 27, I got Devonta Smith at 27. It's just AJ Brown is the number 1 guy out there. I really like Devonta Smith, but he had a lot of games last year where he was just non-existent. Like where you just didn't see him. You didn't notice him. and you can't have that. Um, I felt uneasy about where to kind of rank him just because of that, but he does have a ton of talent. A couple seasons ago, he was awesome. Last year, he was hit or miss. Again, like I said, there were some games you watched and you didn't even know he was playing, and that's a problem. But we'll see. Maybe he rebounds this year.
Cool. Cool. For my 27 and 26, both Kansas City Chiefs, Worthy and Rice. I got Worthy at 27, Rice at 26. I don't know, man.
I
I like them both there because obviously they can produce, but I think one produces more steady than the other. The other one is more explosive plays type thing. So they might come out similar at the end of the year.
My issue with Rice, and I talked about him during the last episode, I have him at 50. And it's just because I don't know how many games he's going to miss this year. He's going to be suspended.
Oh yeah.
Everything's finalized with his legal issues. So now the league will step in and assess a suspension. How many games is he going to get because of that? And once I find that out, yeah, I'm going to adjust my rankings based off of that.
Yeah,
But
this is pre
without knowing,
suspension stuff.
I don't
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't know how many games he's gonna be out. I've
Yeah.
actually got Xavier Worthy a little bit higher. I'll talk about him here in a second. Um, I like Worthy this year for sure, but I'll get to him in a minute. At 26, I got Zay Flowers. I think he's gonna have a decent year this year.
I hope so.
I think you started to see him kind of come out of his shell last year. Let's see him continue to grow. I just like Zay Flowers. I don't know.
I like him too. I got him
Uh,
2 or 3 spots ahead, but yeah.
okay.
I mean, obviously I took him in for like a trade and like a first rounder and some other stuff in a league. Didn't even know what I was giving up, but I was like, yeah, I'll take him. That's fine. And
Yeah.
then, yeah, good dude.
Did you
Good
give
dude.
your 26? Where you at?
That's Rice. That's my
Okay.
26.
All right.
Go ahead.
25,
Mhm.
Jordan Addison. I got him a little bit higher than you. I like Addison. He's shown that he can be a capable number one wide receiver. When Justin Jefferson was out, he was putting up number one wide receiver numbers. Um, I think he's going to have a pretty solid year this year. That team's going to have two. I think they'll have two wide receivers in the top 25. Um, a little unsure about how JJ McCarthy's going to be. You're getting mixed reviews out of him out of camp. You get some that say he's not looking so great, and then 5 minutes later you see somewhere he's like, "Man, McCarthy's looking great," and he's firing bombs. And so, who knows? Again, someone said it during one of the shorts. Everybody looks great during training camp, right? Because guys aren't trying to kill you in training camp. Let's just be honest. They
Yeah.
can't hit you if you're a quarterback. Um, but yeah, and you're going up against your own team. Like that's just it's not a realistic gauge for how you're going to do when the season starts. But I like Jordan Addison. He's got number one wide receiver talent. If you would put him on another team and he's the number one guy, he would definitely be higher in my rankings. But he's
Yeah.
number two to Justin Jefferson.
Yeah. You keeping him right there with a 3-game suspension?
Yeah, I'm okay with it. 3 games isn't a ton. I'm okay with it. It's the beginning of the year. Um, Maybe you can actually draft him a little bit lower because of that. Maybe some people will kind of take a pass on him, and he
Mhm.
can fall to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, 3 games. Eh, I'm not too concerned about 3 games. He's get 3 games at the beginning of the year. Easy to plan for at the beginning of the year. Guys missing time.
Yeah.
He's going to be around when it counts. Playoffs and championship.
Nice. 25 with Jalen Waddle, Miami Dolphins, and then 24 is Zay Flowers, as I mentioned earlier, with the Ravens being at my 25. I had him 2 spots ahead of you. Waddle, as long as Tua's up on his feet, I believe in Waddle. He did have a couple, busts last year, but I think if Tua's healthy, he's going to ball out. The talent is crazy. That offense is great. Give me Jalen Waddle at 25, and then obviously we already talked about Zay Flowers on a great offense, powered by Lamar. At 24, I think 24 is more of his floor at this point this year.
Who'd you say at 24?
Zay Flowers.
Okay. 24, that's where I got Xavier Worthy.
Okay.
I got Worthy at 24. I got him a little bit higher. I think second year, right? I think he's going to be a lot better this year. You've seen that with receivers with Mahomes. The first year is a little okay. He was very boomer bust last year, but the thing I like about him is he's a guy that they find ways to get him the ball.
Yeah.
It's not always going to be passing. Sometimes he's going to run the ball. Sometimes he's going to run a kickback. Sometimes he's going to. he'll be lined up in the backfield. He's going to be all over the field. He's almost like a Debo.
Remember that sweep run they had, that touchdown that he scored. He actually finished 25th in our league. Scored you 189 points. So I mean, he's got the potential.
It was just very boomer bust.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
It was either bam or it was like, did he play this week? Did he? You got to go back and look at the video to see if he played. Right. Very, very much boomer bust. Look for him to be a little bit more consistent this year with those numbers, I think.
I hope so.
23. That's where I got DJ Moore.
Okay.
I think I like DJ Moore.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's got potential to finish higher. I just think they just want to get that ball around to a lot of targets. You drafted Lovelace. They're looking for Rome Odunze to step up this year. You don't have Keenan Allen there anymore.
He just left.
He's back with the Chargers. Cole Kmet, DeAndre Swift. I'm just unsure about that Bears team until proven otherwise.
There's a lot going on. A lot going on.
We'll see how DJ Moore fits into that Ben Johnson offense, how Caleb Williams does with that Ben Johnson offense. I don't know. I honestly, I don't know. 23, I felt okay having him. I like the guys ahead of him a little bit better. And some of these guys ahead of him, maybe I'm taking a little bit of a chance on them, but hey, whatever.
I hear you. With 3 left, I got number 23, number 22 here. So Devontae Smith, Philly, at number 23, and then DK Metcalf at 22.
Okay. I'm surprised you got DK that low.
I know.
You're a big DK guy. You do love DK.
I am.
I've got him a touch higher. Not much.
In your top 20?
Enough that I'm not going to talk about him today. How about that?
Go.
I'm not going to talk about him during this episode.
We're actually going to record that when we're done here. So this is obviously out now. We'll release the other one tomorrow or Friday or something like that. It'll be this week though. But yeah, our top 20 will be released this week.
22, I got Cortland Sutton. I like Cortland. I got
him at 21. That's my 21 guy. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And then 21, that's where I got Scary Terry, but I'm so nervous about that at number 21.
I'll talk about him next show. How about that?
I would have liked to have put him higher, but the whole trade thing is why I'm in flux with him. I reserve the right to move him up depending on what happens. I would love to see him back with Washington. I would love to see him with another year with Jaden Daniels. But if you're telling me he's on a different team and he's in a good quarterback situation, maybe I like him there too. I don't know. I just don't know. I have no idea. Like there's some things I've seen that, like, the Raiders, he might end up with the Raiders. I'm not super excited about that.
Yeah.
I like Geno, but it's a run first team, right? I know what he's capable of with Jaden, and I expect it to be better this year. I don't know. I was conflicted with Scary Terry. Obviously, I love this guy. We both love him. We've talked about him for years now, and was super excited to go. It's like, oh man, he's finally got a quarterback last year. Loved it. Was super excited to see what they were going to do this year, and then all of a sudden you're like, whoa, what is going on? Why can't we just all get along? Let's just, let's get along.
Yeah, and as I mentioned, I got Cortland Sutton at 21. So I mean, like you said, he's a guy. He could definitely be in your top 20, but I don't know. He just got paid too. Was it a 4-year deal or something like that? But anyway, that's where I got him. That's my 21 through 40, and well, there'll be some surprises from you and me in our top 20, which we're going to record here in a minute. But yeah, I mean, it's just another ranking knocked out. Some wild speculation, some steady hands on the ship too, or steady heads on the helm. But that's the fun thing about rankings. Sit there and goof around a little bit and have a little bit of fun.
It is. And like, as I'm sitting here,
yes,
I don't know. Like I see guys I might have left off that I might have just missed.
Oh boy.
Whatever. Who cares? Who cares?
The cool thing is though, we'll do our mock draft for our fantasy league for here at SB Fantasy Football. We're going to do that here in a couple weeks. We're going to get our league set up and invites sent out. Obviously, people who are part of our Patreon, patreon.com/strikeoutbeer. You might not be familiar with that name, but you should be, because that is our absolute, our our original podcast. So our members get in for free. Is it free or they just get priority access?
Free.
Well, we used to do
Well,
the free
no,
one,
we used
but
to
now,
be free. Yeah. We're
yeah,
doing pay, so you get priority access. And I think we ended up doing like $20 a spot or something like that last year. I can't remember what we did.
yeah,
Winner
old
winner
school
took all,
CT.
right? We did winner take all.
I can't even remember, dude. It was so long ago.
You know what? We'll figure it out when it's
Yeah,
going on.
we
And
do
if you
whatever
end
we
up
want.
joining us there, we'll let you know,
Yeah.
right? But yeah, at the end of the day, guys, we're here to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
If our little short humor videos offend you, get over it. Get over it. We're trying to have fun here. Trying to put a smile on people's faces. I'll tell you what. Here's what I post: things that make me laugh, and every single one of those videos makes me laugh. And if it makes you laugh too, we might just get along.
We
And if it
might be
doesn't make you
friends.
laugh, we might get along still. You know, we
Yeah,
can agree to disagree. Have some fun. Quentin Johnson drops a lot of balls. Deal with it.
he does.
What he's known for. What he's known for.
What are you new here? So
Yeah.
yeah, make sure you like, follow, share. Obviously, that's the free ways to support the show. Sharing helps out, and obviously interacting with us and whatnot. So we appreciate all the love, support. Obviously, Duncan was in here earlier. Comments on almost all of our videos as well. We're missing another founding member. Michael Lopez was not here tonight, so hopefully we see him in the future. But as the season goes on, you'll have more lives. Alan goes live on Saturday night, usually no specific time, just whenever he gets going.
When I get
And
home.
then, yeah, and then sometimes I'll do like Sunday morning or whatever, and I'll do a recap maybe Sunday afternoon. But yeah, we're just here to have fun. It's but we want to win too. So
We're gonna help you win. We're
Yeah.
gonna help you win. We'll talk start sits on Saturday night, and I'm not just gonna say start this guy, start this guy. I'm gonna talk you through the process, right? Okay, this guy's playing this team. Here's what we're looking at, and we'll get into it and we'll dive into it. Sometimes it becomes a group effort. Everyone in the chat chimes in with their thoughts and things on it, and we come to a conclusion as a team. We're a hive mind. We all think together, and we're all here to win. There's several people that we helped win last year. Duncan won several of his leagues. Michael won several of his leagues. A few other people chimed in saying, "Hey, I can't remember who it was." He was like, "Man, I think it might have been Michael. I started 0-4, and then I just went on a tear." You know,
We're like,
Hey.
don't worry, it'll be all right.
Yeah,
It'll be all
it's
right.
okay. It's okay. We'll talk you through it. We're here to talk you through it. Just come,
All right.
just bring it on down now. Bring it on down. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Remember, sharing is caring. As always, I'm Alan.
I'm RD.
We'll talk to you later. Deuces.